Okay, Anupam Kher on one side tonight along with Minhaj Merchant. Vinay Shukla, Madhuresh Kumar. Vinay Shukla, filmmaker and writer. Madhuresh Kumar of the National Alliance of People's Movements. Anupam Kher, everyone knows, very well-known actor. Minhaj Merchant, author and publisher. And Maya Krishna Rao, my first question is to you tonight, though the focus is on the way in which Anupam Kher is torn into everyone, saying all those people who are doing what they are doing right now, Anupam Kher says are hypocrites. Maya Krishna Rao. And you're the first artist to return your Sangeet Natak Akademi Award, which you got in 2010. So Anupam Kher also calls you a hypocrite in that sense. I want to know why you would disagree with him and why you would say that there has never been a moment like the moment we are seeing today, that this is really the moment when there's a bigger challenge presented to this country in terms of the polarized atmosphere than any in the past. I'm surprised you say so, because I don't know how many Sahitya Academy and Sangeet Natak Academy awardees gave up their awards when the Popular Front of India chopped off the hand of a professor in Kerala because they felt that he had insulted the Prophet in a question paper. This happened under a left-run state government in Kerala. Democracy was under threat then. That was also a moment. You didn't return your award then, Ms. Rao. Why didn't you? You should have.
Okay, before I give reasons for why I do or don't anything, I'd like to first put on record that I feel it's quite unfortunate that my artist colleague tars with one brush very eminent writers across this country, Bengali, Marathi, Hindi, Urdu, Padma Shri awardees, Sahitya Academy awardees, people who have sat on very important bodies. To tar them all with one brush is despairing. It's a little frightening. Number one. Number two, for me today, I think everything is not just for debate, but under severe attack. Free speech, free thought, free eating, free living, free who I pray to, free going on a morning walk. And it's been over just a short period of time, concerted attacks on people. And in that sense, I find no difference between myself and that poor old man who sat in the privacy of his home with a goon squad coming into his home, snatching out of his hands what they didn't know he was eating, and to kill him. No, I have not seen times like this.
Right. Anupam Kher, you want to respond? I'm surprised you haven't seen times like this. Then in that case, you would remember just placing on record. And since you disagree with your fellow artist colleague, I'd rather let Anupam Kher respond to you. But I'm surprised that you did not notice that it was a Congress-led government at the center and Maya Krishna Rao, a Congress-led government in Maharashtra, when Narendra Dabolkar was murdered. Sure. Wasn't it? Did you slam the UPA government then? When Kalburgi was murdered earlier this month, it was a Congress-led government in power in Karnataka. Did you slam the Karnataka government of the Congress party then? And if not, then why not Maya Krishna Rao? That's what is being called selective, but you can respond. But I think I must give an opportunity to...
No, you're not...
All right.
Okay.
You have a right to respond, and then I'll let Anupam Kher come in.
So who's speaking first, me or Anupam Kher?
I think it's you.
Oh, it's me. Well, firstly, I'm not going to be dragged into a debate where you're going to get me to support this or that party.
It's a relevant debate, ma'am.
Or I sit here as an artist. All the artists across the board, you take the case of Dalip Kaur Tiwana, a Padma Shri awardee. You take the case even of Nayantara Sahgal. No. These are people who spoke pretty openly against the 84 riots. You're not going to drag me into that.
No, they didn't take this position. They didn't take that position. They did not. It's not a question of speaking.
Politics of humanity, you can drag me into.
It is not a question of speaking.
I will not be dragged into.
No, it is not a question of dragging. But if you say tonight,
you can drag me into a debate.
No, I'm not dragging into everything. I'm not dragging you into everything, Miss Rao. I'm not dragging you into everything. All I'm saying, and you may say I will not be dragged into it, but I must state and Anupam Kher will respond to you, that this exodus is suspicious simply because of its timing. People have given back awards or resigned from positions in boards, but what raises our eyebrows tonight, I don't disagree with your right to do so.
Accusation.
No, I'm not making an accusation, but you must also be open to listening to the other side.
I wish we were worth it.
I wish you would listen. I wish you would listen.
We conspired.
No, Ms. Rao.
I wish we had got into a room and conspired. But the greatness of this country is that we sit in different corners of this country, and that we can speak for humanity in one voice, in different languages,
Ms. Rao,
from different cultures.
I tremendously admire.
We didn't sit in a room and we didn't conspire.
Ms. Rao, I have nothing against your unity of your outrage, but I am surprised, and every reasonable person will ask you, why was this unity, this outrage, this symbolism of returning your award completely absent ever in the past? Now Anupam Kher will respond. Anupam Kher.
I will ask you.
Now Anupam Kher will respond. Anupam Kher. Anupam Kher, please. Let him respond.
Why didn't a single minister?
Anupam Kher, please.
A single minister? Why didn't my Prime Minister condemn the killing of that old man in Dadri? To this day, he has called it unfortunate.
Okay.
He hasn't condemned
Anupam Kher is responding, ma'am. Maya Krishna Rao, Anupam Kher, please.
Mr. Rao had to stop talking, then I. Arnab, first of all, thank you. And I want to tell Mr. Rao that I have the greatest regards for the kind of work all these people who have suddenly resigned or who suddenly returned the thing, for the literary work they have done. Ms. Rao just spoke about the freedom being curtailed. She's right now sitting on in a television channel and talking about this. That means she has the freedom to talk about it on a television channel where the world is watching her. So that has not been curtailed. The fact that she's actually sitting in a television channel, she's not frightened, she's not in a cocoon, sitting in her home, frightened, sitting there and thinking, oh my God, my freedom of speech has gone. But she's sitting in a television channel debating this. That means the freedom is there and she has the freedom, number one. Number two, I will preempt their responses, what will happen. The first thing is that suddenly I am some kind of a terrible person who is disrespecting him. It's not that. They will say that, number one, that I am Modi Bhakt. Number two, they will say that I am an RSS guy. Number three, they will say that my wife is a BJP MP. That's why suddenly I am there to defend them. No, I am not there to defend them. I am trying to tell them that they have all the fundamental rights and they have a selective amnesia. All the incidents that you have referred to, I was going to refer, but since you have listed them, she has not replied to that. Why suddenly, in the 16 months, India has become the worst place? Why Bhopal gas tragedy was not a problem? Why 1984 riots were not a problem? Why that Bengali writer was, his hands were chopped? Why Assam killing was not a problem? Why Kashmiri exodus was not a problem? Yeah. And suddenly, in the last 16 months, the world has become the worst place. I personally feel that there is a certain planning in it. They want to discredit the present regime, which has come into power with full majority. There is a problem over here because they want to discredit the Prime Minister. For the other reasons, they can't do that because he is in full majority, he is not dependent on any other people. Number two, that he is uncorruptible personally. The third thing is that his patriotism comes out so openly. So there is no, so it's a collective effort of these people, I presume, however great the writers they are, to embarrass the present government, to embarrass Mr. Modi, because they have nothing else to talk about them. So this whole thing about one particular person is the saddest thing that in the history of independent India, and that Dadri killing. And it's not only unfortunate, it's sad. But what had happened to them when 84, 3,000, more than 3,000 Sardars Sikhs were killed? What happened that when in our own country, the Kashmiri Pandits became refugees? What happened when Mr. Anderson of Bhopal gas tragedy was made to leave India under very suspicious circumstances? What happened at Muzaffarnagar riots? What happened at so many things? Why suddenly, apart from, I'm sure they worked very hard to get this award. I'm sure that they must have really celebrated the day they were announced that they are Ideological Academy Award winners. And then for so many years, for however many years they got the award, they were only celebrating it.
No, but
and one day they got up, the Prime Minister took oath, and then they said,
no, but let me give a very specific example. Yesterday, Anupam Kher, someone came on the program and said that why we are speaking because artists are under threat. Now let me give one example, and I'm glad this discussion is going public.
But they are not under threat.
Yeah.
The lady is sitting in your studio and talking about what is happening in the country. So there is no threat.
Thank God.
She's not been brought to this studio.
Thank God my country is larger than a group of ministers, a minister of culture who
my country is also larger than a group of Sahitya Academy awardees.
Fabric. My country is much larger.
Ms. Rao, my country is larger than group of certain people who are trying to say, let us discredit this country, let us send the message all over the world that this is not the right country to live in. I'm sorry, that does not smell of patriotism at all. You need to live in difficult times if you think, or if you cannot raise your voice at the time when it was needed. This is a selective amnesia, a selective outrage,
But Ms. Rao, my question to you, no, Miss Question. My question to you.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I must ask you something.
I'm sorry.
What is that?
I'm also sorry.
What are you reading out? What is that? What have you held up?
Sorry about? What are you sorry about?
What have you held up? I can't read that. You can read it out, ma'am. You can read it out.
Well, if you can't, what I'm saying is, may I finish making my point?
May I ask you a simple question and I'll allow you to make any point?
Listen to Mr. Kher. No, I'm sorry.
Simple question. Be democratic.
Said some things.
Be
I
democratic.
said some things.
Why would you not want to take a question?
Now you will have to.
No, Miss Maya Krishna Rao. Why would you not want to take a question? If the question is uncomfortable, you must welcome it.
Will last much longer than any Mr. Modi in history books.
Right, Miss Rao.
Thank God for it.
Miss Rao.
All those
Miss Rao.
The power of their
problem is Mr. Modi.
For generations.
Miss Rao.
They do not
talking about Mr. Modi and a bunch of ministers.
Miss Rao, first of all,
we don't work to get awards.
Miss Rao, you are a very well-known theatre person.
Somewhere.
You are a very well-known theatre artist. You don't have to hold up a placard. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, ma'am. I'll tell you one thing. Thank you for the little element of drama in your presentation. But may I now ask you the question, ma'am? May I now ask you the question?
We must. You don't give us an opportunity.
Thank you.
So sometimes it's silently one has to say and do.
Sure. No, you don't have to be silent. No. See, Miss Rao. You don't have to be silent, and neither will you be silent.
So then we have to write things.
No, then you have to listen. No, all you have to do is listen. And my question to you is this. And this question genuinely goes to you.
I'll decide till when I listen.
Yeah, when you listen.
You must allow me to.
I allow you to listen. You're senior to me. I'm allowing you to listen. I'm listening to you, ma'am. Please listen to me. My question is only this.
You must allow me to respond to some of the things Mr. Kher said.
I'm sorry, I will, but ma'am, there are 3 other people on the program, and tonight there are no politicians, so we don't need to jostle with each other.
When I made some.
Miss Rao, now, this will go up and down. I don't want this. My question to you, Miss Rao, and I want you to listen is this. If writers are under threat under this government, why did you not return your awards in 2010 when a man called M.F. Hussain, under an abjectly incompetent, unwilling UPA Congress government, was forced in the most ignominious of circumstances to become a Qatari citizen? I think that was the worst point as far as protecting artistic freedom in country is concerned. I can't think of any other point. When M.F. Hussain has to run from his own country, Minhaj Merchant, that is the lowest point. All these people should have then returned their awards and said, this is the lowest point for artistic freedom in our country. But no, they did nothing. They did nothing. They kept their awards. They remained quiet. And now they say, we need to speak up. And this is the lowest moment. Minhaj Merchant. Into the debate. Minhaj Merchant.
No, I think, we've got to make
Minhaj Merchant.
A point very clear, if I may, Ms. Rao.
It's the most, it's the M.F. Hussain, you didn't speak. You didn't return your awards when M.F. Hussain was forced to go to Qatar. You know that.
That you are speaking on behalf.
Ma'am, when I ask you a question, I'm speaking on behalf. I speak on behalf of myself and I'm asking you the question. You tell me tonight. You tell me tonight, why did you not return your award, Ms. Rao? Then.
No, I'll keep quiet till
No, you tell me, ma'am, why did you not return your award when M.F. Hussain was forced to flee the country? It was the year when you received your Sangeet Natak Academy Award in 2010, was also the year when M.F. Hussain had to run away from India and become a Qatari citizen. I'm genuinely asking you tonight, why did you not return your award then? That was a year no artist should have accepted any award.
Are you going to let me reply?
In protest, why didn't you protest then?
Okay. Okay, are you going to let me reply?
We are all waiting.
Okay, thanks. Number one, as an artist of a free country, like I represent many other artists, nobody is going to tell me when I do what.
Oh.
And don't start interjecting.
Not even when M.F. Hussain is forced to run away from India.
Number two.
Interesting. No, I just said interesting.
I wish... No.
So if nobody
I'll again
is going to stop you from when you are going to do, the questions do come up.
Can I finish?
When you are, if your response is to say that nobody is going to question me what I do.
No, number two, who's the anchor now? Is it Mr. Kher or is it Arnab? No, who's the anchor?
Okay, you answer the question. You answer the question. It's a free debate.
Who's the anchor?
It's the free debate.
Number two, okay, I'm going to keep talking then. Number two, riots have happened in independent India, in pre-independent India.
Oh.
This country is larger than myself.
Oh.
But this is the first time in this nation that every kind of freedom, speech, thought, prayer, debate, dress,
okay,
on one side, debate, not just debated, attacked. Number two,
you're factually incorrect.
My ministers,
you're factually incorrect, Ms. Rao. You are factually incorrect, Ms. Rao.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to stop.
You are factually
On a daily basis, he talks about cleansing public discourse. It frightens me that the Prime Minister of India does not stop him from making statements like that. He's going to cleanse? No public representative, no minister has ever talked about cleansing.
Minaz Merchant responding to you
words.
in the spirit of free debate. Ms. Rao, please listen to Minaz Merchant.
He talked about women not having a night out.
Minaz Merchant.
He talked about people not adopting a westernized way of living, that they must go into Indian museums. Well, Indian museums are full of a pluralist history.
Ms. Rao, can we talk
now? If my minister,
Ms. Rao,
Minister of Culture is going to talk like this,
now listen to Minaz Merchant. Go ahead, Minaz.
Every single freedom is under threat.
Go ahead.
I think that we have to really think in terms of SOP, sense of proportion. We have to have a sense of proportion. And what is that sense of proportion? It's based on empirical data, the incidents of communal violence that have occurred in 2015 vis-a-vis what happened in the previous UPA regime. Now, do you know the data, how many communal incidents have occurred in the past? They've got data in the Ministry of Home Affairs between January and May of 2015. The total, I will tell you if you would let me talk without further interruption. That is a normal courteous way of doing programs. 287 incidents of communal violence have occurred in the first 5 months of this year. And the average in the past 5 years has been approximately 700 a year, which is 50 a month.
No, but why are all these awardees who have returned their awards? Please tell me, Vinay Shukla. I'm just curious. Nobody's accusing you. I don't want you to be on the back foot on anything tonight. Be on the front foot, but please answer the question. Why were they quiet? Now they say it's our freedom to return when we want to, take when we want to. It's okay, it's your freedom. But then it is our freedom to ask you. Why are you quiet when it's a Congress government in power? I mean, today, how many of the awardees are going on the streets of Bengaluru and saying that in Bengaluru, the Sri Ram Sena is holding press conferences saying people will cut off the tongues of those who insult Hindu gods and goddesses? Do they say anything against the Karnataka government? No, one point. Why are they quiet when the Congress party is in power? Why are they so soft on the Congress? Is there any particular reason that you can fathom for that? They say it's our freedom.
I think it's a cumulative effect, Arnab. What is happening is, it is not merely these incidents, but the way the things are happening.
There was a way for the last, in Maharashtra, let me tell you, James Lance's book on Shivaji in 2010, right, despite a Supreme Court lifting the ban on the book, was ordered not to be sold. It was ordered not to be sold by the Ashok Chavan Congress-led government. No, once again, who protested?
There were protests.
No,
there
who returned awards? No, who said there's a stifling atmosphere? No, that was also the year.
Be the yardstick,
but that was the year when Asim Trivedi, a cartoonist, was arrested on charges of sedition. It was a Congress-led government in Maharashtra. Why did they not return their awards
again,
then?
what you are doing is that you are fragmenting.
No, I'm not fragmenting. I'm connecting the dots.
No.
Sir, I'm connecting the dots. You tell me. No. What
thing is,
you see,
let us
explain this to me. No, you explain this to me.
I am saying that it's a cumulative effect.
So what? Why is there no cumulative effect when Taslima Nasreen is assaulted with flower pots in Hyderabad by activists of the AIMIM who were in alliance with the Congress party?
Maybe that all these things have cumulated together.
Why was there no cumulative effect then? No, why was there no cumulative effect then?
I'll give you the reason. My understanding. I will give you my understanding.
Yeah.
I have not been given any award which I have to return.
But I'm asking.
But let me tell you that.
Yeah.
That it is because probably what is happening today, that outrightly politicians are making statements, communal statements. What is happening, say for example, Yogi Adityanath or Sakshi Maharaj or
Taslima Nasreen wrote an autobiographical book called Dukhandita. 1 second. That book was banned by a communist government in West Bengal. Was democracy under threat then? Why is this group soft on the communists?
I hold no brief for any political party.
But why do you think
every political party. I will just a minute.
Why did the conscience not come out earlier?
Just let me make.
No, where was the conscience in the past?
No, it is not.
I welcome them. Why was the conscience not there in the past?
I hold no brief for any political party. Every political party stands guilty. You very rightly pointed out. Rightly pointed out that, say for example, M.F. Hussain, under the regime of UPA government, or for that matter, satanic verses.
So forget that. No. One sec.
So what is happening?
Leave all of this aside. Let me ask the activist on the panel. Let me ask Madhuresh Kumar that, Madhuresh, please someone explain to me. You can't just go on saying, oh, we felt like. No, it is our freedom when to accept an award, when to reject an award. You are nobody to ask us questions. No, I am asking you tonight, Madhuresh, you answer Anupam Kher. At a time when there is, and I'm saying justifiably there is outrage against the murder of M.M. Kalburgi. I want to know, why did these writers not return their awards in the manner that they are doing now when Narendra Dabholkar was shot dead in broad daylight in Pune in August 2013?
Arnab,
are they scared we'll lose?
The fact is that they have returned the award.
Why did they not return their award? Why did they not return their award? I will question the timing. I will ask, was Narendra Dabholkar not important? Or did you think that if we protest against the Congress in a pre-election year, we'll upset the chances of the Congress party?
For God's sake, it's not about.
How do you know it's not about?
It's not about.
Prove to me that it's not. You prove to me that it's not.
It is. I will tell you.
No, you prove to me.
Yeah.
You simply tell me. Let Madhuresh Kumar tell me. Madhuresh tell me. नरेंद्र दाभोलकर जब गोली मार के ब्रॉड डेलाइट में अगस्त 2013 में उनको मारा गया, तब मुझे बताइए किसी ने अवार्ड रिटर्न क्यों नहीं की? क्यों नहीं की?
Arnab, I just want to say, I'll come to you. I just want to say I have greatest regard for Mr. Kher's work. Anupam Kher is one of the greatest actors we have. I just want to ask, what did he do when the Kashmir riots happened? What did he do when 1984 happened? What did he do when 2006 happened? When the Bhopal gas tragedy happened? What did he do? Please explain, because that's exactly the question you are asking every other artist who has raised a voice. You are intending that they have a position, they are ideologically motivated, then by that logic, you are also husband of Kiran Kher, a BJP MP. Should I say that? Should I say that you are only saying this because you are an RSS person? I won't say that. I won't go down to that logic.
Let him reply.
Because that's the logic everybody today is being faced with. That's not right.
Answering with a counter question.
It's completely not right. Because everybody
reply to you.
Anupam Kher, please answer us.
Let him reply.
What are you talking about?
All these
writers, Arundhati Roy, whose name nobody takes. She has been protesting against everybody. 2006, Amir Khan came and supported Narmada Bachao Andolan, to which I belong, and to Bhopal gas tragedy. I was there at Jantar Mantar. Amir Khan came there. And everybody, and who are these lunatic fringe elements we are talking about? Congress or even the Communist Party is the BJP, RSS, the Shiv Sena. These are the goons who have been digging up pitches, who have been forcing MF Hussain to go outside.
Really?
These are the ugly heads who have been after everyone. Today they are at them, tomorrow they will be after you. Today they are after LK Advani, Sudhindra Kulkarni. What are we talking about? This is the hatred we are living in. If there is a Congress regime, they are dormant. Today they are like this. They have got emboldened. Prime Minister is helping them with the silence. You have to answer this. It's not only about they are returning their awards.
Okay, Anupam Kher will respond now directly, please, to Madhuresh Kumar. Madhuresh, you didn't answer my question.
First of all, I'm glad that the debate has zeroed down to Mr. Modi and the present regime, which I have been saying that is the reason. So at least we are out with the fact that they are upset with Mr. Modi and the present regime. So there is no camouflage of that. As far as
yes, because he's also responsible for 2002 riots, and he is an extremely polarizing figure, Mr. Kher.
Exactly.
Let him reply.
So I'm answering to him. As far as my outrage about all the things, all the tragedies that he recounted or counted, he was not my neighbor, so he does not know that what my reaction was. But I did not return an award or national award or a Padma Shri or one of our millions of Filmfare award to sort of say that मैं रूठा हुआ हूँ, मुझे इस particular regime से तकलीफ है. I expressed whatever I felt, and on your channel, I have so many times come and talked about with the problem that this nation has been suffering. It is a vocal voice. It's a voice which has spoken about it. I have got out of my cocoon. It's very easy for people to sit in their cocoon and not talk about it. But it's enough that has happened in the past few months. And none of these panelists have even once answered your direct question. Not even once. I will wait for their answer. Why haven't they resigned or returned their award in all this time? They have not answered once. Can I just get that answer once? Why haven't they done that?
I mean, let me give specific
you mean to say
examples.
That nothing has happened, and then they're saying,
what happened in Dadri is reprehensible.
Mr. Kher, you are not.
Okay, go on.
Mr. Kher, you are not a neighbor of Maya Krishna Rao. You are not a neighbor of Anil Joshi. You are not a neighbor of K.
No, but I read about Maya Krishna Rao and I read about other people resigning and sort of saying that हम दुनिया से रूठ चुके हैं. ये हिंदुस्तान वैसी जगह नहीं है जहाँ में रहना नहीं चाहिए.
You choose not to return an award, but other people choose to return an award when they have an extreme outrage.
Let me tell you that you are the intellectual breed of people who are polarizing people.
We are not polarizing people. We are only bringing it
मुसलमानों के साथ ऐसा हुआ, हिंदुओं के साथ ऐसा हुआ, Christians के साथ ऐसा हुआ.
What do you have to say?
The common man is not worried about that. Common man is worried about his hand-to-mouth earning from day to night. You are the pseudo-intellectuals and liberals
about what's going
who are
on today
sort
in the
of
country.
standing and saying that in the last 18 months the world has come to an
now,
end.
If you have come to name calling, then I can also call you. You are a communal.
What has happened
Should
about
I call
other
you a
places?
communal person? Should I call you a RSS bhakt? Do you want us to call you names?
Today?
You are a great actor. We have extreme
Sorry?
regard for someone who made the film मैंने गांधी को नहीं मारा. मैंने गांधी को नहीं मारा. आपने उसमें एक्टिंग की है. आप क्या चाहते हैं कि मैं आपको भक्त बोलूं? नहीं. You are not a bhakt. I won't call you a bhakt, but you are calling a pseudo-secularist intellectual.
Thank you so much.
Is this the language
but
you
don't
talk,
confuse
Mr.
my
Kher?
profession.
No, please. Let's not do this on the national television.
I'm a person first, then an actor. I can react to things as an Indian. I don't have to react to things.
So you have an ideology. You have an ideology.
Madhuresh, what causes me great concern tonight, Madhuresh. Just 1 second, Madhuresh. Just 1 minute. What is causing me great concern tonight is you come on television and you say we are very worried about intolerance. Please don't mind it. But I see so much intolerance. So much absolute and open intolerance in the way that you and Maya Krishna Rao are speaking. You are intolerant for anyone who has the contrary point of view. You are intolerant to anyone who asks you, why didn't you do it earlier? You feel outraged when somebody doesn't ask you earlier. Because I want to ask you, Maya Krishna Rao, on the night of May 2nd, 1990, on the night of May 2nd, 1990, Professor K.L. Ganju of Sopore Agriculture College and his wife were shot dead by terrorists, and their bodies were thrown into the Jhelum river only because they were Kashmiri Pandits. How many awards were returned then? When poet and scholar Sarvanand Kaul Premi and his 27-year-old son were brutally murdered by terrorists in Anantnag, Which Arundhati Roy spoke then? No, when, and by the way, let me ask you. No, by the way, let me ask you this. Why is there so much intolerance to other point of view? 42 Muslims were shot dead by members allegedly of the Provincial Arms Constabulary in Hashimpura in 1987. Congress party was in power in Uttar Pradesh. Their bodies were thrown into a canal. Why were awards not returned then? And Maya Krishna Rao, how can you say this is the only time when things are worse? Why did nobody speak during Hashimpura? When Rajiv Gandhi said, when a mighty tree falls, it's only natural that the earth around it shakes a little. How many people returned their awards then? Why didn't they return their awards then? Chup kyun the tab?
Dr. Hashmi.
No, why did... No, what protest? Why did they not speak like that? No, why did they get...
By that way...
I am very happy that you've discovered your voice, but where was your voice? No, Madhuresh, आपकी आवाज कहाँ थी अब तक? जैसे आज आप बोल रहे हैं, प्रकट कर रहे हैं, आप अभी तक आपने प्रकट क्यों नहीं?
मुझे ये बताइए, अगर कोई अवार्ड रिटर्न करता है, नहीं, जब तक कोई अवार्ड रिटर्न नहीं करता, तब तक क्या कोई भी आर्टिस्ट या कल्चरल एक्टिविस्ट काम नहीं कर रहा होता है?
मगर पहले रिटर्न क्यों नहीं किया? ये सवाल ये है कि पहले आज से पहले क्यों नहीं किया?
उन्होंने कोई काम नहीं किया।
आज से पहले 2000 मैं आपसे उल्टा सवाल करता हूं, सुनिए मधुरेश जी, आपसे उल्टा सवाल मैं करना चाहता हूं, जरा मौका दे प्लीज मुझे, जरा मौका दे, धीमी गति से आप इतनी जल्दी बोल रहे हैं। मैं आपको उल्टा सवाल करता हूं कि सितंबर 2011 में राजस्थान में अशोक गहलोत कांग्रेस पार्टी वहां के मुख्यमंत्री थे और गोपालगढ़ राइट्स हुए थे वहां पे। आपको पता है क्या हुआ? गोपालगढ़ भरतपुर से 80 किलोमीटर दूर है, आपको शायद पता होगा। उस वक्त जब वो घटना हुई, दुर्घटना नहीं थी, घटना हुई जो लोगों ने कराई, तब वहां पे कितने लोगों ने बात की? आज आप सवाल तो कीजिए ना दादरी पर, मगर आपने मोदी को पूछ रहे दादरी पर, आपने सोनिया गांधी को नहीं पूछा। गोपालगढ़ पर कोई एक्टिविस्ट को कुछ नहीं बोल रहा था, चुपचाप बैठे हुए थे, सब अवार्ड लेकर बैठे हुए थे घर पे। क्यों?
सिविल लिबर्टीज, मैं
जवाब दे रहा हूं। अशोक गहलोत के कांग्रेस सरकार में सिविल लिबर्टीज आप पूछते नहीं है?
सिविल लिबर्टीज
नहीं, सिविल लिबर्टीज 2013 में मुजफ्फरनगर राइट्स थे, 60 से ज्यादा लोगों को मारा गया। उत्तर प्रदेश में समाजवादी पार्टी की सरकार थी, दिल्ली में कांग्रेस पार्टी की सरकार थी, तब आपने क्यों नहीं बोला? आपकी राइट ऑफ डिसेंट, आपकी राइट ऑफ डिसेंट तब भी थी और अब भी है। आपने तब एक्सरसाइज क्यों नहीं की?
हमने सबने बोला, संजय बोला, अरुंधति रॉय, आप बताइए, सच्चिदानंदन, मंगलेश डबरा, जितने लोगों के आप नाम ले लीजिए, सबने इन सब मौकों पे बोला है। It's you who do not listen. It's you who do not listen. For you, the greatest measure is that unless somebody returns an award, nothing else happens.
No, for you it is. For you it is, because you made this. You know, I appreciate the viral act of returning awards, but can you tell me once today, just one question? I respect your right. If Maya Krishna Rao wants to say I return her award, I respect her right as an artist to return the award, but I have a right to ask her that 62 people died under a Congress-led center. It was the worst, most orchestrated attack. Why was the award not returned then? No, Maya Krishna Rao, respond to me. Muzaffarnagar, who returned the award?
I'm just telling.
No, Muzaffarnagar ने किसने अवार्ड रिटर्न की? No, Muzaffarnagar. I specifically चलिए से Muzaffarnagar 2013 में मुजफ्फरनगर के राइट्स में मनमोहन सिंह ने मुझे,
आप ये क्यों नहीं कर रहे कि 2002 में जब इतना प्रोग्राम हुआ था गुजरात में, तो क्यों नहीं अवार्ड?
क्यों? मैं पूछ रहा हूँ 2002 में,
नहीं पूछ रहा, आपने एक बार उसका जिक्र नहीं किया। एक मिनट, एक बार उसका जिक्र नहीं किया।
2002 के अवार्ड में आप मुझे बताइए, आप मुझे बताइए 2002 के राइट्स में रिटर्न क्यों नहीं की?
सीधी सी बात ये है कि these, you see the incidents that you are talking about are all political incidents. Today what is happening is, say for example, the murder of Kulburgi. Say for,
no, Dabholkar is not important. Why was Dabholkar?
Dabholkar is important.
Then why were awards not returned when Dabholkar?
One after the other. That is why three.
No, why were awards not returned? Minaz Merchant has a counter question. But Minaz Merchant.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying now that democracy is about to collapse, that dissent has been completely cancelled out, that freedom of expression is not there. But we don't really have freedom of expression. We have freedom of abuse.
Democracy did not collapse at the time of emergency. That was the dark
newspaper headlines. They are full of vilification of the government, which is not a bad thing, because as a journalist, as a journalist, your natural position has to be adversarial in a constructive way to the government, whether it's Modi or Sonia Gandhi or whoever, we don't care. They're all paid public figures. You've got to be adversarial as a journalist. Now, has dissent become any less in the past 10 or 15 months? Has freedom of expression become less? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Has the media become more handcuffed? On the contrary.
Yeah.
And has liberal thought been censored?
Yeah.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
when
why that cartoonist was,
But that was
arrested?
a long time ago.
No, I'm just giving you an example.
Which cartoonist?
I have a very
Which
that
cartoonist?
Ashim
Ashim Trivedi. When Ashim Trivedi was arrested, when Ashim Trivedi was arrested, who was in power?
Congress.
No, 1 minute. That's answer the question. You raised the question. Who was in power?
I
was in power?
I told you I am not holding brief for any political party as far as I am concerned.
No, you are not, but you...
As far as I am concerned... No, it might be Congress.
When the satanic verses were banned in 1988, who was in power?
I gave you. So that is why, that is unfortunate part that every political party tries to, in its own way, censor, curtail the freedom of expression.
But why were they quiet then?
But today,
why were you quiet then?
You see, who was quiet?
No, why were awards not returned?
There are always awards.
Why were awards
tell me one thing, Arnab.
Yes.
Why suddenly this returning of the awards, which is not being done under a canopy where these people sat together and they said, let us do this.
No, but why were they not returned?
Spontaneously.
Why spontaneously now and not when Muzaffarnagar
No, because this has
why should I think like that?
Okay, counter question. Why no, sir, listen to me. Sir, listen to me. A democracy was also under threat when 4 people were killed and 50 injured in Bangalore in 1986 after a newspaper was targeted by a group of people who believed an article published insulted the Prophet. Why didn't anyone return their awards then? This is the fact is this, and I'm raising this point, and don't take it personally, Maya Krishna Rao. It's a broad point. You have a right to have your point of view, so do I, and I'd like you and Anupam Kher to come back to the debate.
I can't do anything because you don't let anyone get one word in. You should practice some small bit of democracy yourself.
There's someone else speaking as well. I'd like them to finish before you come in. Yeah, go ahead. Finish your point. Will you let her come in?
For 10 minutes,
yeah, but you took the first 10 minutes. At that time, nobody protested. No, you took the first 10 minutes. Miss Rao, the fact is,
you run a channel.
Miss Rao,
you ask a question, you don't wait for an answer. Miss Rao,
here's a question. You listen to the question. Books and creative thought have been under curfew under Congress governments as well. Why did this kind of action for decades? Why did this kind of action not happen earlier? Simple. No, let her respond.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Now, you finish and then I'll start.
No, don't be indignant. The question is to you, you answer.
No, you will not make adjectives about me. You finish your question,
you
then
made enough adjectives, ma'am. Why don't you answer the question?
I watch you every night, Arnab.
Go ahead, ma'am. Answer the question.
No, I've not made. I've only been talking about facts. Okay, let me say this. Did you personally, Arnab, find it most unfortunate that after so many days, our Prime Minister could only say that Dadri was unfortunate? That the killing of a man and Ghulam Ali's singing being stopped in the same breath? To say that this is about pseudo-secularism? That it's not about a man's right to live? Tell me in all conscience, Arnab, what does the humanity in you say?
Well, miss, you not answered my question. That's all right.
When
but
events
I want to ask you this. I want to ask you this.
Can I finish?
Answer the question.
Can I finish my point?
Now tell me.
You seem to be holding a brief. Like as if I need to ask you a question.
Miss Krishna.
Please, you also
Miss Maya Krishna Rao.
You've been holding a brief for too long.
Miss Rao.
Painting us. I do comedy. I do serious theatre. I have made fun. I have gone on marches. I am as political as they come.
I'm sure you are.
So if you're going to tell me my action was motivated, you're dead right. But that's because in my country, having children is political. The cow is political. What I eat is political. History books are political. I am very, very political. My theatre is political. I've been doing it with some amount of freedom so far.
I'm not discussing you personally.
Today I worry because there are goon squads out on the roads. We have people in all kinds of garbs telling Hindu women to produce more babies. We have a minister of culture saying he's going to cleanse public discourse. I worry.
I'm very worried.
I worry.
I'm very happy you're worried, and so are we. The point is this, man.
I hope you're worried.
Now here,
I want to know if you're worried.
Miss Rao,
As a responsible
you see, I'll tell you one thing. Unlike you, now, if have you finished?
Don't
have
hold
you finished?
a brief.
Have you finished?
No,
have you finished, or will you carry
you,
on now?
No, you
no, will you
can't
carry on, or will you listen?
No, you can't call us partisan.
No, I didn't even use the word. You're on the defensive without reason. You're on the defensive without reason.
You said in a minute ago. You said you and we.
No, I asked you a question.
It was a slip, but you said it.
I asked you a question.
I hope you don't
I asked you a question which you're not being able to answer.
I hope you don't hold a brief.
Krishna Sagar Rao, my question
I've been watching you every night, Arnab.
Thank you for watching me,
You seem to be holding a brief.
You see,
it's unfortunate.
Miss Maya Krishna Rao.
You know, you must
I'll tell you one
above.
thing. Like you won't learn theatre from me. Like you won't learn theatre from me, I won't learn journalism from you. Point one. Point number two is, where were you when the Kokrajhar riots in Assam in 2010 and 12 happened? When 78 people died under a Congress regime?
This is about fundamental rights.
Fundamentally I'm asking you. This is very fundamental. This is very fundamental, but you don't want to listen. You see, you are behaving in a very intolerant manner. You answer my question. You are behaving in an intolerant manner. Miss Rao, you listen to me and answer my question. In 2010, you got the Sangeet Natak Academy Award. In 2013, when Manmohan Singh was in power as the Prime Minister of India, 62 people died in the Muzaffarnagar riots. I'm happy your conscience has been rekindled in this manner now. Where was your conscience then? Why didn't you say, I can't live with this award from a Congress government? If the Prime Minister of India is going to allow this to happen, 62 people are butchered.
You're not going to tell me.
You tell me, no, why didn't you speak then?
We are artists who make our statements in many different ways.
Really? And how did you make it during Muzaffarnagar?
Fundamental rights are in question.
How did you make it during Muzaffarnagar?
Speech.
How did you make it during Muzaffarnagar, ma'am? I'm asking you. How did you make it?
I want to tell you this.
How did you make it during Muzaffarnagar? 1 minute, I'm asking you. You tell me.
Tonight I was.
You answer my question, ma'am. Where were you during Muzaffarnagar? No, he let her answer. Where were you during Muzaffarnagar?
Why should I tell you where I was? I make theatre about every political person and party.
Really?
I make comedy.
Did you ever think at that time I should return my award?
All these years.
No, did you think at that time I should return my award?
Fundamental rights are in question.
Did you feel at that time?
They are under attack.
Yeah, but you tell me.
I cannot contain a communal riot.
Miss Rao, I'll tell you one thing. The difference between
with
you,
the Prime Minister or his ministers, instead of reining them in, are talking about cleansing.
Really? And what did Manmohan Singh do?
It is very, very worrying.
When 62 people died, what did Manmohan Singh do?
Arnab.
What did Manmohan Singh do? When 62 people died in Muzaffarnagar, what did Manmohan Singh do?
I'm not his secretary, I'm not his
But you were aware.
I am a free citizen of India. I register my protest.
No, did you ever think at that time that I will use my powerful tool of returning my award as a mark of protest?
Under attack.
See, if it was a
1 second. No, what I'm asking her. Did you think
one minister who has condemned, one BJP person, one RSS, one BHP,
Rajnath Singh
one
has condemned. Rajnath Singh, Home Minister of India, has condemned. Rajnath Singh has condemned. Arun Jaitley has condemned.
Killing people, attacking people.
Miss,
I want to know,
don't be so.
Condemned
I don't like this. No, don't have this attitude.
No, you will not tell me what
you
to
said
be.
which I'm asking you.
It's a free country.
So I know it's a free country.
No, you're not. You're
I'm
not
asking
in
you.
the judiciary, Arnab.
No, I'm not. But I'm asking you. But I'm certainly not the judiciary. I have no illusions. But I'm asking a question to you, and you're not being able to answer. Tell me in August 2013.
You're not a judge. You won't teach me
in August 2013. Yeah, but I have this attitude. I don't let anyone go if they are not answering the question. I'm asking you the question.
We were all out there protesting.
Did you return your award then?
Against the government,
Did you return your award then?
You're not going to tell me.
No, why didn't you return your award then?
I choose to work in different ways.
Okay, so when Dabholkar was shot dead.
I do it in different ways.
Okay,
fundamental rights for the nth time.
Dabholkar was shot dead.
Fundamental rights.
Dabholkar was shot dead. Prithviraj Chauhan was in power in Mumbai, and Manmohan Singh was in power in Delhi, and Sonia Gandhi was in Janpath. Did you protest then?
His ministers will wake up. You wait for them to
Chief
wake
ministers
up.
and prime ministers were allowing.
They talk about
when Dabholkar
cleansing.
died, what happened?
We wait.
You wait when there is a Congress.
We wait.
You wait as far as the Congress is concerned. You wait.
You know, it's unfortunate The Prime Minister talks about law and order.
No, you tell me what happened when Dabolkar was shot dead. You were waiting.
He takes protection.
No, you were waiting when Dabolkar was shot dead. You were waiting when Dabolkar was shot dead. You waited.
He's talking about pseudo-secularism.
No, you tell me.
Why isn't he condemning the acts of killing? Why isn't he reining in these goon squads?
Anupam Kher wanted to respond. I let viewers decide whether you responded or not.
People to say produce 10 babies. I'm sorry. You answer me as well. Because the country is, you keep saying the country is waiting. The country is waiting. You please answer.
Anupam Kher is responding to you.
You please answer.
I would like to answer. No.
All right.
Ms. Rao, we are in debate for the last 50 minutes. And you have, unfortunately, though you are depressed and you are worried and you don't know what to do, but you have not answered one single question of Mr. Goswami, to which you have dodged the question.
No, you're not going
you
to
have
do
made
this
it
to me.
convenient for yourself not to answer those questions. You are only talking about what you have thought from home and telling that even though the questions are again and again being asked to you. I think I am worried about people like you in this country who have agendas. Who have hidden agendas. I am worried about people like you. I am not worried about my Prime Minister. When Prime Minister was not speaking, you were unhappy that he was not speaking. When he spoke, then you want to say, this is what he should have said. Why don't you give him the script in his hand and say, this is what we want you to say, then only we will be happy. No other Prime Minister did anything wrong. No other. We had a Prime Minister for 10 years who did not even utter a single word. And you did not have outrage for 10 years of a Prime Minister who was completely mute.
My life. No goon squad.
Miss Rao, I am not telling you to lead your life, but you are inciting people. People like you are misleading people under the garb of being this intellectual. You are worried about I'm worried from people like you.
I'm not heard.
I'm sorry. You frighten me.
Okay, I take a break and I'm coming back to this debate. I take a break. I take a break tonight. I come back to this debate. No. Once Anupam Kher, Maya Krishna Rao, don't go away. Don't go away, Maya Krishna Rao, Anupam Kher, because the debate continues in 4 minutes on the other side. Viewers, which side are you on? I'm coming back in 4 minutes. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. I'm back, Ms. Rao. 4 minutes. Less than. We go back to the issue of timing. And the question on timing is extremely relevant. By the way, on the 7th, this is what I had said on the Newshour. We'd said vis-a-vis Dadri because, Ms. Rao thinks that only she is concerned about Dadri and the media doesn't say anything. I'd said on the Newshour that night that you can't even call these people a fringe. I'd said that these people are pseudo-gurus, pseudo-politicians and pseudo-nationalists. And I said you can't even fashionably call them the fringe, they are much worse than that. So that's our position. We call them a bunch of bullies. Nobody more than us here at Times Now questioned Yogi Adityanath and Sadhvi Prachi. And we were the one channel that did not report from the outskirts of Bisaria and Dadri. We went inside and we told the people of the reign of terror that was going on for 2 weeks non-stop. We talked about people who like vultures swooped into Dadri in their swanky air-conditioned cars, shouted a few communal slogans and drove back. So let the media not get lectures tonight from anyone because people know exactly where we stand and our viewers do. Having said that, now let us go back to the moot point. Why were awards not returned then and why are they being returned now? Specifically, when Narendra Dabolkar was shot dead, why was this level of outrage not there? Someone must answer my question tonight on that. Vinay Shukla?
Because that was the first incident.
Oh, that was the first.
I mean, in this present context.
How do you say it was the first?
In this present context.
Oh, in the present context, it was the first. When Hashimpura, 42 people were killed. How was it the first? Anupam Kher. Anupam Kher, 10 minutes on the debate. Quicker debate this time. Anupam Kher.
Arnab, unfortunately, the problem is that when people have agenda, they hide behind words of being sad, being frightened, being disillusioned. They have not answered your question, and the whole country who is watching Times Now right now know the truth. the so-called intellectuals are the people who divide people. It is not a common man, because he is too busy, as I said earlier also. They put fear in the mind of people. Oh, we are living in a frightening era. Why haven't they resigned or returned their award? My question will go on and on and on about them. I find them constantly fake if they do not answer that question. I will find their concerns fake. I will find their concerns fake. I will concern, and Mr. Vinay Shukla says that this is the first time. You don't have to happen to wait for the first time to happen. How do you decide it's for the first time? So you will wait for 10 times. It's not a round of boxing that you will wait for 10 times for the other person to fall down and then you will say, okay, I have won and I have lost.
Sorry? Sorry, I didn't get what did he...
No, you continue. You are saying in the present context?
I said in the present context only I was saying. Because there were 3 murders that have taken place in the present context and Kalburgi was the last one.
You mean after the BJP came to power?
In the present context...
So tell me one thing.
But just now you said when Dabolkar said... Just now you said, Arnav, when Dabolkar died, it was the Congress government in the state.
Right.
So I am not taking sides again. Please, I have to state
when
this.
When the Pokraja riots happened in Assam in 2012.
So, Vinay, why don't you request the other panelists, like Vinay, Mr. Shukla, Mr. Shukla, why don't you request, if you are not taking sides, why don't you request Ms. Rao,
Mr. Kher, I would like to ask you something.
No, let me just ask. I was asking Mr. Shukla some question.
Anupam Kher ji,
just allow him to. He's asking.
I want to answer you.
Just allow him.
I'll come to you and Ms. Rao. I just want this part of the conversation to be complete. Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
what are you saying, Anupam Kher? Go ahead. Between Anupam Kher and Vinay Shukla.
Yeah. Anupam.
जी विनय, मैं आपसे क्या पूछ रहा था कि आप कह रहे हो कि आप किसी साइड पर नहीं हो
जी,
तो अर्नब के पूछने से तो वो जवाब नहीं दे रही है मिस राव। आप उनसे पूछिए कि आपने अपना अवार्ड इतने हादसों में क्यों नहीं वापस किया और आज आपको क्या तकलीफ है कि आप ये वापस अवार्ड कर रही हैं। आप पूछ लीजिए चलिए और इसका जवाब दे दे वो मुझे।
अनुपम
नहीं बताए ना, जवाब दे, जवाब को आप मांग रहे हैं, वो कह रहे हैं जवाब नहीं दे रहे।
उस बात का जवाब मिलना बहुत जरूरी है, वरना फिर एजेंडा है।
He's saying that because Ms. Rao is not answering, Maya Krishna Rao is not answering his question, he's routing the question through you.
Can I answer?
No, okay. No, watch it. Maya Krishna Rao, yes please. Maya Krishna Rao, answer him directly. 5 minutes left, answer him directly.
Can I answer?
Yeah, go ahead, answer him.
You said in your question, why are you so outraged today?
Yeah.
Today,
yeah.
Artists are continuously outraged. We were outraged when in the Narasimha Rao government, free play,
but not outraged enough.
A kind of wait a minute, you must.
So you can understand my outrage then.
When the
that means you can understand my outrage towards you then.
All right, go off. Let me finish. Why are you also outraged? Because we've given back an award. We were outraged when the Barbary became a masla under Congress government.
Okay.
We were outraged when many men got on top of the dome and broke a piece of history. I want to know where you were then. Some of you, where you were then. We have continuously expressed our outrage.
Let him reply. Let Anupam Kher reply.
This is one more of them. Why are you so excited today just because we've given back an award? Tomorrow I'll find another way to express my outrage.
No, watch. Anupam Kher, you want to reply because I want to ask a counter question. I want to ask a counter question to you. One second. Watch. I want to ask a counter question to you. I like this permanent state of outrage theory that you propounded. Fantastic. Artists should always be outraged. They're angry by nature.
It's more than a theory.
Fine.
It's a practice.
Yeah, but I need to ask you, ma'am, listen to me.
Through our work.
Listen.
It's not a theory, Arnab.
Yes. Very good.
It's really unfortunate you're holding a brief today.
I am asking you a question, you find it holding a brief. A renowned writer called M.M. Bashir in Kerala.
Rather than with any other person.
A renowned writer called M.M. Bashir in Kerala had to give up writing. A renowned writer called M.M. Bashir in Kerala had to give up writing a column on the Ramayana because of threats from the right wing.
And the minister says, if you can't write, stop writing.
He called it crazy.
In a democracy.
Yes.
A minister says, stop writing. I've never heard of it in any democratic country.
Kind of statements that are
a minister says stop writing.
Why isn't the Prime Minister reining them in? 282 seats. He has all the power to rein them in. I look to him to do so.
Did you look to Manmohan Singh?
Please do.
Did you look to Manmohan Singh?
It's about producing 10 babies.
I would like to ask.
So did one sec. Arnab, can I speak something now?
I think I'll let Anupam Kher come in, please.
You'll get the death penalty.
3 minutes left. Anupam Kher.
So did these writers collectively wrote their concern in a letter and took it to the Prime Minister's office and said, this is what is frightening us? And did he officially not return that letter or wrote something on it? Did any one of you...
We will not go to the Prime Minister.
No, I'm asking you.
We will go to
Why?
We will go to the autonomous bodies of writing and culture who awarded us.
Why did you make any attempt to even approach? No.
Oh no.
Because you have a problem with the Prime Minister. You are saying Minister did not say anything, Prime Minister did not say anything. You are not saying that Sahitya Academy or Sangeet Natak Academy did not say anything, or Lalit Kala Academy did not say anything. All through the program you have been saying that Prime Minister did not say anything, or Minister said this thing. That is why I said that.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, so all these writers, did they get together, have they written a letter to Sahitya Academy or to Lalit Kala Academy and say, this is what is bothering us?
Not the executive.
Okay.
I will return it to the body that gave it to me, eminent jury.
Why didn't you do it in Muzaffarnagar?
Without even registering your complaint, did you write to them that this is what is bothering us?
I do not have any control.
Did any one of you write to us before
but
returning the award?
I can, as a citizen of India, despair when every single fundamental right is under attack.
Yeah.
And when squads are telling me
so you are selective. You are selective in thinking when you should. That means Arnab, just a minute. That means you are selective in thinking when you should respond and when you should not respond. That's up to you to decide.
When Babari came down, where were you?
I want to ask.
Where were you when
Arnab,
Babari
I want
came
to ask
down?
Mr.
One
Kher.
point is, Maduresh, I'll come back to this debate. I'm sorry to say, but the fact of the matter is that this sudden unity tells us a few things about this outrage being hypocritical, selective. There appears to be a bias. Now, the unity is suspicious because of the timing, and the defense is we have a right to choose our timing.
Not biased.
You say you have a right to choose your timing.
Please, Arnab, at least even
But then it's as simple as this, Maduresh. Let's believe in one thing called consistency. You can't say tonight, Maduresh, like I can't say tonight, I will not question. No, Maduresh, if I say tonight, I will question if there is a act of corruption and nepotism in the Congress government, and I turned a blind eye to it. If I've turned a blind eye to nepotism and corruption in a Congress government, and I talk about it only when there's a non-Congress government, then you will turn around and ask me, why were you blind when a Congress government was in power? I ask you the same question, not with any anger, but with reason tonight.
No, I will
take this debate forward. I thank you all for very much for joining me on debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.